Hi, it's Sarah Lee with Guild Mortgage. The question on whether or not to sell is really unique to everybody's individual scenario. But there are some things you should consider when you are thinking about selling. The first thing you should consider are the costs involved for the seller. So in our market, typically the seller pays for the real estate fees, and those real estate fees range anywhere from 5 to 6% of the sales price. So there is a chunk that's going to be eaten up by those fees. The other thing to take into consideration is how long have you been in your home, and have you had an opportunity to develop much equity? If you haven't had an opportunity to develop a lot of equity and you're going to pay those fees, you might not net what you think you're going to net when you sell your property. So the first thing to be aware of is, what am I going to net? You want to look at what your current balance is on your home. You want to take a look at values in your neighborhood, get a sense of what you could sell for, and then you also want to get an idea of what you're going to pay in realtor fees so that you understand, am I going to walk away with what I want to walk away with? The other thing to consider is, what is the available inventory? Are you going to be able to replace your home? It might be a really great time to be a seller, but if it's not a really great time to be a buyer, you might put yourself in a compromising situation as you search for that next home. And then of course, the last thing that you want to consider is whether or not your home is currently meeting your needs. You know, the reasons that we purchase a home and hold on to a home are not always driven by financial decisions. Sometimes they're just driven by basic needs being met. And so if the home that you're in isn't meeting your basic needs, then it might make sense, even if you're not going to net as much as you thought you would, it might make sense still to move on to the next property, especially given where interest rates are right now, and they're holding at historic lows. If you have some additional questions, we would love to be an additional resource for you. Don't hesitate to reach out to Team Lee.